Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. My name is Miranda Rodriguez from Marketing for the Uninhibited, and I help solopreneurs develop and maintain marketing strategies that are simple, realistic, and fun so they can achieve their business goals. I'm also the host of the Marketing for the Uninhibited podcast, a podcast where I sit down with guests to discuss marketing across industries. How's everybody doing this morning? I know it's Monday. We're getting back to it. It's super cold here in Chicago. Well, I'm in Aurora, a suburb of Chicago today. So today we're moving right into step 2 of our 5-part series for how to quit your job. Last week we discussed step 1, which was listening to yourself and really learning to trust your gut. So now that you've had a week to do that, we're going to put a plan together. So that's step 2, is to make a plan and take action. I'm covering how to quit your job because it's the #1 topic that comes up with my clients over and over again. And what they're really saying when they ask me how they can quit their job and move into their business full-time is, how can they make their business bring in full-time income? How can I support myself with the business that I want to do and not the job that I have to have? So to dive into step 2, I have notes this week, so I'm trying to be a little more prepared. So if I'm looking down, that's what I'm doing. So step 2 is to make a plan. Once you've made up your mind that you're ready to pull the plug on your 9 to 5, what do you need to do next? So the first part of that, the first step of your plan is to create a goal for that plan. So in this case, we've already decided the goal of the plan is to submit that letter of resignation. Step 2 in that plan is to set deadlines. So at what point do you want to submit the letter of resignation? Do you want to do that in the next 6 months, in the next year, maybe the next 2 years, maybe next week? You're just ready to do it. So step 1 of your plan is to create a goal. Step 2 is to set deadlines. Step 3 is to then make a list of all the must-dos. What has to happen in order for you to submit that letter of resignation? And I would get very specific with this list, and list out if it's having some serious conversations with your spouse or your roommate. For me, at the time, I was living with my mom, so I had to schedule time to sit down with her and to let her know my plans and then ask if I could stay there 1 more year. And I got out before that 1-year deadline, actually. So making a list of the must-dos and then being specific on that list. Do you need to meet with your financial advisor? At some point, you will need to meet with your boss or whomever you're going to submit that letter of resignation to. Do you need to let your children know? Who else? What other items do you need to check off? Do you need to buy a webcam? Do you need to reorganize your office so that you can work in there on a daily basis? Do you need to increase your clients or the number in your savings account? Whatever it is, just kind of word vomit onto the paper of everything that has to happen in order for me to submit that letter of resignation. And then step 4 is to prioritize your must-do list. So in what order do you need to accomplish those to-dos, so that it's a reasonable and not overwhelming for you to get to that end goal of submitting your resignation? And then number 5, take the first step. So once you have created your goal for the plan, which in this case is submitting your letter of resignation, you've set a deadline for completion, so you know in the next year you want to submit that letter of resignation. Number 3, you've made a list of everything that has to happen in that 1-year time frame. Then number 4 is to prioritize the list, and number 5 is to take that first step. So what's first on the list that you can check off? And my guess is it's probably going to be something along the lines of having a very serious conversation with somebody, whether it's your spouse, your roommate, your financial advisor, your family, etc. And then along the way, so number 6, I would celebrate all the little things. So when you do cross off something on that list and you're 1 step closer to achieving that goal, go ahead and treat yourself. Do something nice. I don't know. I like an at-home spa day, or just like going to grab a drink, maybe go out with a friend and celebrate at happy hour. Whatever floats your boat, man, do it. But just make sure you're acknowledging those little steps along the way. And then this is important to note. Some things are going to take longer in your timeline than others. So just be aware of that, and don't let a little snag in your plan throw everything off course. It's going to happen. Things are not always going to go to plan. I think we all know that by now. So just be prepared for that, and then you just got to roll with it and go with the flow. And then while you're keeping your goals in mind, you really want to focus on your time and energy. You focus your time on energy and what's next in your plan. So this will help you not get overwhelmed with all of the things you have to do in order to submit that letter of resignation. And then I really recommend using your calendar or planner to write your goals in, to set your deadlines in, and then to really map out this plan. So what do those to-dos look like on a quarterly, monthly, weekly, daily basis, so that you can really focus on, okay, today I need to do this, and this gets me one step closer to my plan or my goal. And that's it for this week. So thank you for tuning in. I hope you're enjoying this series. I hope you guys all have a great week, and I'll see you here next week, Monday, 9 a.m. on Facebook. I know I was a little late today, technical difficulties. But anyway, so step 2 in our 5-part series for how to quit your job is make a plan. And you can head over to my website, marketinguninhibited.com, to get your free goal setting and executing guide, which will help you with step 1 of making your plan, which is setting goals. All right, have a great week. We'll talk to you soon.